Hello everyone, this is David Lewis with a motivational thought to start your week. If anyone knew something about the value of following through, it was World War I flying ace and aviation pioneer Eddie Rickenbacker. With 26 verified aerial victories against German pilots, he knew what it meant to put everything on the line for what you believe in. He put his all into everything he did and had this to say about success. He said, "I can give you a 6-word formula for success. Think things through, then follow through." Not many things we do in life require the same level of risk as Eddie Rickenbacker's wartime efforts. How we follow through on our commitments can certainly define the kind of life we're going to have and the kind of person we will be. Successful people do not commit to something lightly, but when they give a commitment, they're consistent when it comes to following through. The power to stick with it is what often starts with a simple idea and turns into a highly successful venture. Sometimes failure is simply the result of giving up too soon. Some people will start 1,000 projects but finish none. They go to bed with a great plan in mind and wake up with a completely different one and leave the other behind. They have no discipline when it comes to following through because they commit to things too easily and change their minds in the same way. This can eventually become a pattern that is hard to break. It can affect everything in your life, including the relationships that you need to depend on for encouragement and support. It is hard to get people to believe in your vision if you keep changing it every other week. It is difficult for people in the West to understand the discipline of the Japanese culture. When it comes to goals and commitments, we think in terms of short, medium, and long term, where a long-term goal would be 5 years. Japanese people and companies set goals for 10, 20, and even 50 years, and sticking with it often means making a multi-generational commitment involving someone who is not even an adult yet. In that kind of culture, giving up is what defines failure. Not to finish what you start or failing to follow through on an agreement or commitment you have made is considered absolutely shameful. In Japan, this kind of failure can bring the harshest repercussions and cause someone to lose all opportunities for their future. That kind of requirement may seem a bit harsh, and I'm not saying that it is something we should adopt, but there's a type of honor in following through on a commitment of that level that some people never experience in their own lives, and that is certainly a shame regardless of the country you hail from. In our culture, you do not need to take that radical of a view on commitment to be successful. It does show what consistency and faithfulness can produce if you look at how far Japan has come as a nation from the total devastation of the Second World War. Promises and commitments are easy to make and often very difficult to fulfill. Experience has shown that the longer something takes to make, the more likely they are to follow through. By taking more time to consider the cost that a commitment will require, you can save yourself a lot of trouble if later you find you were not really prepared to make it. The closer and more meaningful the relationship is with whom you make the commitment, the more difficult it is to live with a failure to perform. That is not to say that at some time or another all of us do not come up short when it comes to fulfilling our commitments. Some make a habit of it. Their loyalty extends no further than their tolerance to sustain their discomfort. If something turns out to be more difficult than they expected, they can easily explain it away in some fashion or just make an excuse for why they failed to complete the task. It has been said that quitters never win and winners never quit. I guess that sums it up in a nutshell if we want a simple game plan for success. That does not mean winning is easy, and hanging in there will not give you plenty of moments when you are ready to throw in the towel. But if you get knocked down and just keep getting up, eventually a breakthrough will come and you will be glad you did. If history has shown us anything about being human, it is that if we can think it, we can do it. Having a great idea is just the beginning. It is having the commitment to see it through to the finish that makes us winners. Sometimes all we need to do is hang in there and keep plugging away in order to see our wildest dreams actually come to pass.
Try DLA Online and DLA Live to discover why the top automotive professionals already have. For more information, visit our website at www.davidlewis.com or call us at 321-435-6000.